Hey there, my name is Jayce Hall, and I'm so excited to introduce myself and give you guys a glimpse into my life as a full-time artist. As a full-time artist, I've had the incredible opportunity to turn my passion into a thriving career, and I'm excited to share my story with you. First off, I want to make clear that I was not a gifted child by any means. I was actually really interested in music growing up. I did little doodles on the side, but it was never my passion, and I actually really thought I was going to have a career in music, and so for years that's what I pursued. I play a whole bunch of different instruments like piano, drums, guitar, banjo, accordion, ukulele. Most things with strings make sense to me, but a few years back I did 1 year of college at North Dakota State University, and my second semester I was just taking for fun classes because I didn't plan on staying in school. I mostly went to just appease my parents, but one of them was Foundations of Drawing because in 2017 I had the New Year's resolution that I wanted to be able to draw a reasonably proportioned face by the end of the year. And so I took the class and I learned quickly that I was the only non-art major, and it was a little intimidating at first being surrounded by all of these incredible young artists and a really cool professor, but I learned quickly that everybody in there was really nice, really helpful, and I really describe it as a sponge environment because I was so new to things. I was just picking stuff up as I went. So the professor told me something really simple, but I've stuck with it, and it's turned out to be some of the best advice I've ever been given. All he really said was that all it takes is 15 minutes a day and willingness to sit down and do the work, because eventually your hand will learn to do what your head is telling it to do. I had other encouragement from teachers in the past where they were really big on 1% better a day and just build over time and accumulate, and just to try to not take shortcuts. So, like I said, New Year's of 2017 is when I started my art journey, and by the end of the class I was reasonably good, and reasonably good compared to where I was nothing phenomenal by any means. But once the class finished, I decided to keep up the habit because I really enjoyed it. So I kept drawing every day, working on my little doodles, and another thing that I learned in the class was to always be trying different styles because you never know what's going to end up being your main thing, and you're always able to learn when you study different styles. Like for me, right now, I look at a lot of tattooers and learn about contrast, or I look at photographers and I learn about composition. Another one is looking at photorealistic painters, and I think you can really learn from them, figuring out a lot more textures that you can get in your artwork. So the whole thing was to learn from everything, try everything, and eventually you'll find your style. So I started off doing these really cool subtractive charcoal portraits. They were my favorite. Basically, you start off with a blank piece of paper, you color the whole thing with charcoal, turn it black, and then erase away to get all the details. And I thought it was so much fun, but it was so messy and I hated the feeling of the charcoal in my hands. So I scrapped those and I moved on to doing these expressive line drawings because I wanted something a little bit more loose. And so I did all these little animals, and that's actually how I started out doing commissions. And so that was a lot of fun, but I got to a point where I was like, I really want to be able to get some more detail in my stuff. So I decided to try pointillism. And if you've never tried pointillism, dot work stippling, whatever word it is, it's just dots and dots and dots and dots. Shading. I did 2 drawings in that style. One took 140 hours and one took like 90. And so I decided I wanted to be able to do more than 3 drawings a year. So I scrapped doing those, and I was trying all these different styles. And then I heard of this one called micrography. Now, if you haven't heard of it, it's drawing with words, names, and phrases. So at the time when I saw it, it was a lot of really cool artists doing really cool stuff, but it was a lot more along the lines of outline and heavy shadows and not a ton of shading. And so I asked the question, is it possible to make a realistic drawing out of words? So I did my first one, and it turned out pretty cool, and then the pandemic hit. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be trying new styles, might as well try stuff that takes a while. And I found that this style has everything that I've liked from all of the different styles that I've tried in the past. Like, I love drawing portraits and being able to get in those intricate details like my charcoal drawings. I loved the texture of my scribble ones, and so this kind of has that with the words. Pointillism has the tediousness and the spacing, and I just love that it takes a while for my drawings to come alive because I just love the process of making stuff. Yeah, those were the main styles that I tried before this one, and I started posting on a different platform in January of 2020, and by February, when I found this style, I had a couple hundred followers. By March, I had 1,000. By September, I had 100,000, and now I'm excited to say I have 1 million followers on that platform, which is just crazy to think about. And I've just been so excited to see where this art form is going. I'm seeing more and more people try it now, which is so fun to see. Not saying I invented it or anything like that, but I really love the directions that I've seen it go. But yeah, so as far as myself as a professional artist, it's been a really cool journey. I've been able to work with large corporations like the NFL on Fox, Call of Duty, the NHL, Coinbase, Netflix, a whole bunch of different really amazing opportunities. And this has led to me being able to make over $100,000 revenue consistently for the past 2 years. But I really don't want to focus on the numbers. I really want to focus on exploring the creativity that's in everybody and encouraging people to just create more, because that's what I've found that I love doing, and I want to share that with you. I'd love to invite you on this journey that I'm going to be going on with my YouTube. My goal is to post 24 different videos in 2024, and we're going to cover different topics like avoiding common mistakes that artists tend to make early in their career, the importance of promoting your own work, tips for aspiring artists starting out their career. I really want to go into describing my style and how I approach it, answering questions y'all might have, and tips to transition from a hobby to a career. Now, I plan to cover a lot more topics than that, but those are just some of the ones that I'm excited about. Now, whether or not you're an aspiring artist, an enthusiast, or just somebody who's interested in the creative process, I'm here to share some of my insights, knowledge, and to hopefully inspire you in your creative journey moving forward. So yeah, let's get creative, let's get fun. I hope that you like this video. Feel free to subscribe and join me on this journey going forwards, and I'll talk to you next time.